So the four humors. When we talk about the humor of blood, we know that it correlates with the season of spring, the age of adolescence, and the quality of blood is hot and moist, correlates to the heart, and we would call the person sanguine. So for this mostly correlates to our wood and fire elements in Chinese herbalism or in Chinese medicine. So a sanguine person is someone that we would consider the fiery person. They're the person with the personality type that as soon as someone enters the room, they make them feel really special, great eye contact. They're the extrovert who always wants to be in the middle of everything. And they tend to have a happier disposition, if you will. The phlegm humor correlates with the water element and the season of autumn, the age of maturity, and the quality is cold and moist. And the organ that it correlates with is the brain. So we would say this person is phlegmatic, which is kind of a negative connotation, but this is the type of person who is more of an introvert, but when fueled by others, they will be more outgoing. They tend to be a little bit more on the depressive side generally, but they can perk up and they will go out in public and they will be happy to be around people, but they need a little bit more coaxing to kind of come out of their shell. The black bile humor is associated with the earth, the season of winter, old age. The quality is cold and dry, and as we know, when people age, they get a little bit more dry and tend to be a little bit more cold. The organ is the spleen, and we call the person melancholic. So somebody with a predominance of the black bile humor, they are definitely more of the depressed type personality. When you walk into a room, sometimes their energy of depression can kind of take over the other energy that's going on. They're definitely introvert, and even if everyone around them is in a good mood, they're going to tend to still be a little bit, melancholic and not as easy to join the crowd or to even be happy that the crowd is around them. So the humor of bile is associated with the fire element, the season of summer, the age of childhood, the organ of the gallbladder. It has a hot, dry quality and is what we would consider a choleric personality. And although a choleric personality sounds negative, they're really outgoing people. They tend to be the leaders. They're the people that make things happen. So we call this the choleric fire, which means they really just have this motivation to actually get things done. Sometimes, if out of balance, they can be bossy, but really the choleric personality type are the leaders, the politicians, the CEOs, the ones that are making, the activists. They're the ones that are really making things happen in the world. So as you can see from a Chinese medicine perspective, we have a lot of the same characteristics that we apply to the 5 elements. This is just slightly different and more on an Ayurvedic constitution where things are actually more blended as opposed to the 5 elements where we really do a good job of separating it out even further.